And this time I'll remember to put my face up there as the big screen. So, okay, so we're going to start in a seated position. So find yourself a comfortable seat. So that can be cross-legged or in half lotus, or even if you like hero pose. That's quite a nice one to sit. So notice I am sitting on a block. So I just perch on the edge. That will help you to keep your spine upright until those the pelvis is forward and just at that little forward incline. So it keeps it more into a neutral position. So you find your comfortable seat. So what we're focusing on this week is balancing. So that's a few balancing poses. So we're going to be doing some leg strengthening and core strengthening, and also balancing our breath. So as we start this morning, we're going to do a breathing practice, which is called Viloma. And this is a good one for us to do at the beginning of class. So just find this comfortable seat to start with. Let's just get grounded. So really feel as though your sit bones are making contact with that block just perched on the edge. Or if you're comfortable, you can sit straight down on the mat. If you're in Virasana, hero pose, you can actually sit through your heels like this. So if that's comfortable for you and not too much of a strain on your knees, then this is a nice pose to do for meditation and breathing. So just let your hands rest on your thighs, palms facing up. I want you to really focus on lengthening your spine. So draw in the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Finding that length from the crown of the head through the neck, all the way down the spine, down to the sit bones. And just close your eyes. Just take a moment to scan through the body. Where are you holding tension? Relax your shoulders down. Just let them release away from your ears. Feel as though you're sending that relaxation from the sides of your head, from your ears, down your neck. Just feeling it rolling over your shoulders. Your hands are just dropping down into your thighs. Just keep breathing, just your normal pattern of breathing. Letting everything settle. Setting us up for our practice. So we're going to be doing Viloma breath. So I know you're all familiar with Nadi Shodhana, which is when we breathe in alternate nostrils. Viloma is an alternate version of that, when we control the breath through one side of the nostril and then we exhale through both. So we're going to do that in a moment, but just continue to sit, letting your breath settle. And we do this Viloma breath before the start of the practice because it's cooling and uplifting and refreshing. And the benefits of Viloma breath is that it extends the exhale. So that helps you to get that balanced feeling in your body. Just letting go of tensions on the exhale. It's a really good one to do before you practice. And it's also a good practice, breathing practice to do if you suffer from low energy. So I figured we've just got up, we're raring to go, but maybe we haven't quite got the energy that we need for this class. So we're doing Viloma breath to set us up. So just drop your chin to your chest and feel that stretch through the back of the neck. And on your inhale, blink your eyes open and bring your head upright. And we're going to take our right hand and place it over our nostrils. So use your right thumb to hover over your right nostril and use your ring finger, fourth finger, to hover over the left nostril. And the middle two fingers, I just rest them on the middle of my forehead. So it feels as though you're not holding your hands up in that upright position for too long. You just rest in those fingers there. I know some people like to tuck their fingers in, but they feel like they get in the way to me. So I rest them on my forehead, around the middle eye. So it's quite nice to do this with your eyes closed. So you decide. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in through the left nostril. So use your thumb to close off your right nostril. Taking that deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. And then as you exhale, release the thumb from the right nostril, exhaling through both. And when we do our exhalation, bring in your Ujjayi breath. So you know Ujjayi breath is when we close just slightly the back of the throat and we make that sound like Darth Vader. So as you inhale, your next breath, you're going to hold your finger over your left nostril. Inhale through the right. Exhale, Ujjayi breath, both nostrils. Inhale through the left. No Ujjayi, just a normal deep breath in. Exhale both, Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the right. Exhale both, Ujjayi breath. Inhale left. Exhale both. Inhale right. Exhale both. So keep that pattern going in your own time. And as you're doing that breath, just note whether your exhalation is getting longer. Deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of the ribs, sending the top of the head up to the ceiling, lengthening the spine, exhaling and releasing with Ujjayi breath. So one round is in through the right, out through both, in through the left, out through both. So I want you to do 3 more rounds. And when you've finished with those 3 rounds, just drop your hands to your lap and just sit for a moment. Just feeling the benefits of balancing breath. Do you feel cool, uplifted, and refreshed? So gently drop your chin to your chest once more. Blink your eyes open. Lifting your head. Welcome to class. So just bring yourself up to standing, whichever way is right for you. You can rock back onto your heels and come up to Tadasana. So just have a little wiggle of your knees and your legs. Just rotate your shoulders, a little wiggle there, easing out. And then come to stand in Tadasana. So hands alongside the body, tummy muscles engaged, feet are hip distance apart, shoulders down and relaxed. So feel that strength in Tadasana, feel that grounding into the mat. We're just going to test our balance before we start our practice. And then we'll compare our balance at the end of the class. So standing up straight and tall, just let your breath flow normally. But on your next inhalation, send your weight into your left foot and then lift your right leg. Just balancing here, bending your knee to right angle. Fix your gaze on something in the room, find your drishti. Keep your tummy muscles engaged, holding this leg up in that 90-degree angle. So we're holding it up so that the upper leg, the thigh, is parallel to the floor. On your next inhalation, reach your hands up and overhead. Get some length down the side of the rib cage. Keep the tummy muscles engaged. Keep sending that breath down into your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, tilting the upper body forward. Send the leg behind you. Keep your gaze on your drishti. Test your balance. Come to the side. So test your balance here. Oh, not good today. As you send the leg behind. Inhale, bring it back up, and then release it to the mat. So how are we feeling this morning? A little bit wobbly. So starting again into Tadasana, get that strength in the feet. Really feel grounded. Standing straight and tall, send the top of your head up to the ceiling. So engage your tummy muscles and get some length in your upper body. Inhale, send your weight into your right foot this time. As you exhale, lift your left knee. Your arms are just resting alongside your body. Shoulders down and relaxed. Fix on that drishti point. Keep breathing. Holding the left leg up in that right angle position. Keep focusing on your fixed point. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your hands up to the ceiling, reaching away with those fingertips. Keep that length in the upper body. Inhale. Exhale, slowly tipping forward. Your leg goes behind you, foot up to the ceiling. Testing that balance. See how you're doing. Brilliant, well done. Keep breathing. And then release your hands, bring yourself back upright, come back to Tadasana. So let's do a little bit of a flow. Get some strength and some movement into our body. So standing tall in Tadasana. Just put my light on, it's gone a little bit down. So standing tall, arms alongside the body. Excuse me. Let your hands just release down towards the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale as you reach your hands out wide, reaching up to the ceiling. You take your gaze up to your palms. Keep the tummy muscles engaged. As you exhale, bring the palms together through the midline, bending at the knees and the hips. Come down to the mat, Uttanasana. So just testing where your hands go for this first one. Maybe it's just fingertips. Maybe your palms will come to the mat. Drop the top of your head to the mat. Inhale and slide your fingertips up to your shins, creating a flat back. Your gaze is to the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, step forward with your right foot. So you'll come into a lunge position. So our left leg is bent. We're not releasing it down to the mat, but that is an option. You can take your knee down to the mat. We're in this lunge position. As you inhale, place your hands on your hips. And as you exhale, reach your hands up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, can you sink any deeper into that lunge? So engage your tummy here. Feel the strength in the back leg. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands forward. Step your right foot back. You're now in plank. So find yourself a really strong plank. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Spread the fingers wide, resting on the toes. 5 breaths here. Engage your core. This is really good for your tummy muscles and your lower back. Gaze is to the mat. 5 breaths. As you exhale now, knees to the mat, cross your feet at the ankles, bending at the elbows, lowering yourself down to the mat, chin and chest, slide into the mat, release your legs so the tops of your feet are on the mat. So hands are alongside your chest, spread them wide. Inhale. Now as you exhale, we're coming up into low cobra. But I want you to imagine that you're sending your upper body under a low bar. So there's a bar behind you at about the bra line. So imagine you're trying to send the top of your head forward and through. You're really lifting through the upper body. You're starting to squeeze the shoulder blades together, coming up into this cobra, but we're trying to feel some movement in the upper back. Breathe in. Exhale, release your chin to the mat. We're going to do that once more. So imagine that bar. You're trying to slide your upper body underneath this steel bar. Inhale, engage your tummy muscles, lift in the chest. Really feel as though the movement is up here in the upper back, not the lower back. Inhale, exhale, release, back down to the mat. On your next inhalation, pressing your hands into the mat, bring yourself up to all fours. So your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Take a breath here. That length in the spine from the top of the head down to the sacrum area. Inhale, toes into the mat. Exhale as you lift your knees and send your heels down to the mat, coming into downward facing dog. So have a little walk here, walking through, releasing your legs, releasing the hamstrings. Just let your head drop through the arms. Ears should be in line with your inner arms. That's it. And keep breathing. So this is where Ujjayi breath can come really useful. So we did some Ujjayi in our breathing practice at the beginning. When you're doing a strong pose, you bring in the Ujjayi breath, that helps you to focus on that pose. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees slightly, send your weight forward and release your left leg to the front of the mat. So we're coming back into this low lunge position, just lifting yourself up. Your right knee is bent. We're not dropping it to the mat, but you do have that option. You can take it down if this is too strong. So otherwise, we're in this low lunge and Jalyasana. It's also called equestrian pose sometimes. So keep the focus on the right toes. Inhale, hands to the hips. As you exhale, can you sink any deeper? Remember, those tummy muscles are engaged. You're sending the top of the head up to the ceiling. Inhale, reaching your hands up and overhead. Exhale and sink in. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping forward into Uttanasana. Let the top of the head release towards the mat. Take a breath here. Sending your hips up to the ceiling, sending your heels down into the mat. Inhale, slide up to your half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Create that flat back, your gaze is to the mat, don't crunch the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, release down to the mat, Uttanasana. Maybe the hands will come to the mat now. Inhale, reaching your hands out wide. Slowly, slowly bring yourself back up. Hands come up and overhead. Take your gaze to your palms. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Well done. So it's a variation on the classic sun salutation. Come back to the back of your mat. And we're going to do one more round of that. I'm going to talk you through this one so I can watch you all properly. So standing at the back of the mat. Oh, we've lost Julie. Oh, there she is. Okay, standing in Tadasana, find that strength. Palms together, feet are hip distance apart, really get grounded into the mat. On an inhalation, send your hands out wide, reaching up and overhead. Take your gaze to your palms. Exhale as you bring the palms together down through the midline, bending at the knees and the hips, taking yourself down into Uttanasana, forward fold. So fingertips or hands to the mat. A slight bend in the knees. Inhale as you slide your fingers up to your shins, create that flat back. So check in that you're creating a straight line from the top of your head to your spine. So try not to lift your head, not lifting your chin away. That's it, brilliant. Inhale. As you exhale, step forward with your right foot. You're coming into that low lunge position. So stepping forward, your left toes are into the mat. And you've got the option to take your knees down to the mat. Inhale, reach your hands up and overhead. Reaching up to the ceiling, focusing on that balance and strength, keeping your tummy muscles engaged. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can sink any deeper, sinking into that lunge position. So use your exhalation to allow you to sink. Check in with that right knee that it's not going forward of the ankle. You might need to reposition it. Inhale, reach your hands up once more. Exhale them to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step your foot back into plank. So find that really strong plank. Balancing on the toes. Create that length through the back. All the way up to the top of the head. 5 breaths. So really focus on your breath. Bring that deep breath in through the nose. Use your Ujjayi breath to release. Keep that breath going. And then after your next exhalation, drop your knees to the mat. Cross your feet at your ankles. Bending at the elbows, lowering your chin and your chest. Chaturanga down to the mat. Sliding the chest through. Slide your feet away. You're resting on the tops of your feet. Brilliant. So we're coming up into Cobra, imagining that bar behind you once more. Inhale. Send the top of your head out in front of you as you sort of slide your upper body forward, lifting it up, imagining that the back of the body won't lift beyond that bar. Exhale down. Try that once more. Inhale. Send the top of the head out, lifting through the chest, but we feel that movement in the upper body. When we do our back bends, we focus too much on our lower back and our neck. And we need to release the areas that are stuck, which are the areas behind our ribs there. Exhale down. Well done. Just bringing you back. So inhale, bring yourself up to all fours. Sending the top of your head out in front of you. Exhale, toes into the mat. Lift your knees and your hips. Come back up into downward facing dog. Bring your feet in a little bit closer. Create that perfect V with your body. Let your head drop through your arms. Take a breath here. Downward facing dog is a resting pose as well as all the benefits of strengthening our arms and opening our shoulders and releasing to our hamstrings. As you inhale, bend your knees, send your weight forward, release your left leg forward into your low lunge. Inhale, lifting yourself up, hands come out and wide, send them up to the ceiling. Exhale, sink down into that right knee, sinking down through the thigh, through the hips. Inhale, release your hands to your hips. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, release your hands back up. Once more into the air. Exhale, step your foot forward and release forward into Uttanasana. Just take a moment here to get your breath. Hands or fingertips to the mat. Slight bend in the knees. Send your hips up to the ceiling. Inhale and slide your hands up to a half forward fold. Hands are on your shins. Check that you're creating that straight line. Don't crunch the back of the neck. Exhale, slide your hands back to the mat. Uttanasana. Inhale as you engage your tummy muscles. Bring yourself up. Slowly, slowly, hands go out wide. Reaching up. Take your gaze to that gap between your hands. Exhale your hands to the heart center. Well done. So let's have a little go at our balance now. So standing straight and tall on the mat, feet are hip distance apart. Really feel that connection with the mat. Release your shoulders down. Create that length from the top of the head all the way down through the neck. On your next inhalation, focus on your left foot. Send your weight into your left foot and spread the toes wide. And then start to peel your right foot away from the mat. Find your drishti as you place that foot. Maybe just resting it on the left foot. Maybe you want to try it against the lower left leg. We come into tree pose. So this might be it. Just let your hands feel relaxed and open alongside your body. Inhale. If you want to try a higher pose, you can slide that foot up to the inside of your left leg. Sending your right knee out to the side. So do this by a wall or by a chair if your balance is not particularly good this morning. Otherwise, focusing on your drishti. Keep that strength. Some good trees here. So let's see if we can add in our arms. Bring your hands to the heart center. Send the top of your head up to the ceiling. You're creating that length. Trying not to lean over to the left-hand side. Keep your drishti. Inhale, reach your hands out and wide, up and overhead. Reaching the arms alongside the ears. So we can stay here, or we can try the further option. We're going to sway like the trees bend in the wind. Inhale, engage your tummy muscles, adding in a slight bend over towards that bent knee. Oh, and it's gone. I looked at myself in the mirror. Keep looking at the drishti point. That's what you need. Keep your focus. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. You're a swaying palm tree. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. Hands to the heart center. Inhale, exhale, release. Oh, it was a tough one this morning. I couldn't keep my balance. You're doing better than me. So standing back in our tree, our Tadasana position, getting ready to come up into tree on the left-hand side. So taking a deep breath in, send your breath to your right foot, spread those toes wide, get as much surface area in that foot as you can. Inhale, lifting the left foot. Maybe you just want to rest the heel on top of the right foot. But the most important thing is find your drishti. Engage your tummy muscles, send the top of the head up to the ceiling. Feel that lightness in the upper body as you lengthen through the rib cage. Release your shoulders down, don't hold tension there. Inhale and slide your foot up to your lower leg. That might be it. Keep breathing. So if you're staying here, you don't want to try it any higher, then perfect this position. Open the left leg out really wide. So you're feeling that opening all the way up through the left inner thigh, up into the inner groin. Or if we're going to be more adventurous, inhale, take your left leg up to the top of your right thigh. Keep that focus. Release the tension anywhere else in the body. Don't create tension in your shoulders when we do this. We tighten up everywhere else when we think we're doing something a bit complicated. So keep that focus, keep breathing. Engage your tummy muscles. Let's try to add our arms. Inhale, reach your hands out wide, reaching up and overhead. Find that length in the upper body. Arms are alongside the ears. Reaching your fingertips up to the ceiling. Inhale. Should we try our swaying tree? Exhale, over towards the bent knee. This is the hardest side, because there's more weight over there with that bent leg. Inhale back to center. Exhale, the other direction. And notice how different you can feel on one side to the other. Bring yourself back upright. Take your hands to the heart center. So there's a bit more balance on this side. You're doing brilliantly. Keep breathing. Exhale, release the foot to the mat. Well done. Just have a little walk with your feet. Just bending the knees one then the other, releasing any tension. So take hold of your strap and have the strap ready. We're going to try another balance. So this time, just having your strap in your hand, find your Tadasana. Spread those toes wide, get that strength, get that grounding. Find your drishti. Inhale, send the weight into the left foot. Exhale, lift your right leg. So taking your strap, just place it around the right foot. So this is a good balancing practice on its own. So we've got the strap in place. Now there is an option to not use the strap, to just hold the toe, the big toe, with your foot. Oh, let's get balance. But what you're trying to do is to lengthen this right leg. So if you can hold the toe and straighten the leg in front of you, then that's good. Otherwise, use your strap. And the benefits of the strap, you see with me doing this, you can keep your back upright. Oops. If you try to do your toe, it's much harder to keep the back in that upright position. So we use the strap to help us. So using your strap, holding that position, keep your focus on something that's not moving. Send your left hand out wide. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can turn your head to see your left hand. And if you want to test it even further, open out to the left hand side. Keep the tummy muscles engaged, keep breathing. Well done. Release back to the center, holding the leg out in front of you. Now let go of your strap and let your leg stay there. And then release it to the mat. Whew. Gets the heat going, doesn't it? So release that foot from the strap. We're going to try the other side. So standing straight and tall. Just get your breath back. Engage your tummy muscles. Send the top of your head up to the ceiling. Don't have any tension. No anticipation in these shoulders. You know what we're about to do. Inhale, send your weight into your right foot, lifting your left leg up and away from the mat. And then just place your strap around the left foot or hold on to the toe if you can keep that upright spine. Exhale, send the foot out in front of you. Hold in that position, focusing on keeping the upper body lifted. Inhale. As you exhale, see if you can start to turn around to the right hand side. Your right hand is out as a balancing aid. Turn to your right hand. And if you want to really open up, send the right hand behind. Reaching it behind you. Well done. Inhale, bring your hand back to center. Release the strap, but leave your leg where it is. Another breath here. Exhale, release. Well done. So let's take our feet wide on the mat. Toes are pointing forward. Inhale and engage your tummy muscles. Take your hands to your hips. Exhale and bend forward, creating a flat back. Your gaze is to the mat. Take a breath in here. Exhale, release your upper body towards the mat. Release your hands to the mat. Take your feet out a little wider. And see if you can send the top of your head towards the mat. So catch hold of your opposite elbows and release the upper back down towards the mat. You're dropping the crown of the head towards the mat. Keep breathing. Inhale. As you exhale, release your hands back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale and walk them over towards your right ankle. So you're resting your upper body on your right thigh, dropping your head, your nose towards your knee. Keep breathing. Inhale and walk back to center. Exhale, walking around to the left ankle. Dropping the head and the nose towards the left knee. Use your Ujjayi breath. Especially on your exhalation, it will help you to release down into that fold. And then walk yourself back to center. And slowly heel toe your feet back together. And then release your knees down to the mat. Come into a seated position in Dandasana. So let your backs of your legs rest down into the mat. Have your toes active, pointing up to the ceiling. Strong, straight spine, top of the head up to the ceiling. Release your shoulders down. Engage your tummy muscles. Just sitting in this strong pose, Dandasana, stick pose or staff pose. Sending the backs of your legs down towards the mat. And using your tummy muscles to keep that strong, straight spine. One more breath here. And then slowly lower yourself down to the mat, coming into semi-supine. So rest your hands alongside your body, palms facing down. Have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Checking in with your lower spine. So rock your pelvis forward and back a few times. Release that spine. Been working hard in those balances, especially when we were doing the leg balance out in front. So release the spine down into the mat. And then find that neutral position where it's slightly away from the mat. You're not pressing it down, you're not arching it away. And then bring your knees together. As you inhale, engage the tummy muscles. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Have an active foot, so send the heel away from you. You're reaching away with that right leg. Check you're not lifting the lower back away from the mat. Inhale. Exhale, take the heel back to the mat. To the other side, inhale. Engage those tummy muscles. Exhale the left foot away. Send the heel away. So it's a strong leg. You're feeling that stretch all the way through the back of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, release. Now take your hands so that they're up in the air, reaching away with the fingertips. So feel how that lifts your shoulders away from the mat. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, wrap your hands around you as if you're giving yourself a hug, and see if you can slide your hands, your fingertips towards your shoulder blades. So we want to really give ourselves a hug here. Sliding the fingertips towards the shoulder blades. Inhale, engage the tummy muscles. And as you exhale, drop your knees over to the right hand side, keeping that tight hug. So feel the difference when you're doing this twist. It should be sending the twist into the lower part of the spine. Should be feeling something happening on the right side of the rib cage. But you're really squeezing the upper back. You're opening through the back at the same time. Inhale. Engage the tummy muscles. Bring your knees back up to center. Exhale. And release the hands. So next inhalation, take your hands up, pointing away with the fingertips. Checking in with your lower back. We're releasing it down into that neutral position. Knees are together. Exhale, cross the hands in a different direction now. Slide the fingers all the way around to your shoulder blades. The tips of your fingers should be resting on the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Keep that tight hug. Feel as though you're using your fingers to separate your shoulder blades. Inhale. Bring yourself back up to center. Exhale and release those hands. So now take your hands around your lower legs, hugging your knees up towards your chest, and have a little massage of your back, rocking from side to side. We're in Apanasana. So just enjoy this massaging, rolling from left to right, up and down the spine. And then take your hands behind your knees and start to make the roll a little bit more active, rolling from the bottom of the spine, from the sacrum area, all the way up to the neck. So a few rolls back and forth, enjoying that release. And then bring yourself up to seated. So find that comfortable seated position. We're going to finish in this seated position. So sit on your block, just perch on the edge, sit against a wall. But don't slump, keep that strong, straight spine. Send the top of the head up to the ceiling. If you want a layer or a blanket just to drape around your shoulders, do that now. So find this upright seat. We'll just finish with a few moments of breathing and meditation. So in your comfortable seated position, find that strong straight spine, send the top of the head up to the ceiling, chin is parallel to the floor. Let your shoulders relax and down. And just tuck your first finger into the base of your thumb and just let your hands rest on your knees, palms facing up. We're bringing the elements of fire and air together, helping with the focus. Close your eyes. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. With each exhalation, just let go of any tension. Let your shoulders relax and down. As you breathe in, feel as though the whole of the upper body is lifting towards the ceiling. Exhaling and releasing. Your shoulders release. The breath escapes through the nose. The body doesn't collapse. The body feels lighter. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that going, and I'll just finish with a nice reading for you for the morning. It's called Walk Slowly, written by somebody called Dana Folds. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still, and just like that, something in me settles, softens, makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going, that many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. On your next inhalation, drop your chin to your chest. Release your mudra from your fingers. Blink your eyes open and slowly bring your head up to an upright position. Inhale, reach your hands out wide, reaching up and overhead. Exhale and just do a twist around to the right, just waking up through the spine. Take your gaze to your right shoulder. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Exhale, twisting to the left. Looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, reaching up and overhead. Bring your palms together. Exhale to the heart center. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your practice.